Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nrl.aynaaa binti Jamaluddin. My registration number is 09DUP20F2003. I will give you my commentary in English about some place at Johor Bahru. Firstly, let me introduce our driver for the day, Encik Abdul, and our coach registration number is JMH324. The emergency door is on the right side at the back of the coach. In case of emergency, passengers seated on the first 5 row in front of me, please use the emergency exit door at the back. This will ensure smooth evacuation of all passengers out of the coach. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at Johor Bahru Coastal. Okay guys, on your left are the Crown page and the Serene page. The Istana Bukit Serene is the official residence for the Sultan Johor and remains as one of the most famous landmarks in Johor. The Istana Bukit Serene keeps its gates closed for safety precaution, but visitors can still snap photo and take in the majestic view of the palace. Marvel at height tower measuring as high as 35 meters and fully crafted with traditional motif and fascinating carvings. Inside a hut garden accents the palace and becomes the meeting grounds for celebration and gathering of the royal. The crown that complements the palace was built as a gift by the Sultan of Johor for the people. If you are lucky, you will get to see the Royal Highness himself as he carefully entertains the tourists. For your information, to your right is the Country Garden building. Country Garden is a global green eco-smart city developer and is at the forefront of China's new urbanization process. It has given a modern phase upgrade to over 1,400 towns and cities to meet the needs of locals for a better life. Next, good to you know, on our left there is also Sultanah Aminah Hospital. Sultanah Aminah Hospital is government hospital located in the district of Johor Bahru, Malaysia. This hospital is a unique hospital in Malaysia because it is the only hospital in red. The hospital is located in a hilly area and overlooks the Tebrau Strait. The area of hospital is 98.6 acres. The hospital is located 2 km from the city centre of Johor Bahru, located at Jalan Persiaran Abu Bakar Sultan and facing the Tebrau Strait. Sultanah Aminah Hospital has replaced the earliest hospital built in the Johor Bahru district in 1882. This is because it was the first hospital in Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru Hospital was built in 1882. The hospital was erected at the foot of a hill near the existing nursing dormitory. In 1911, a surgical ward, a dispensary administration office, and an operating room were built and further enhanced with the construction of 1 ward to 7 wards, an operating room, an isolation ward, a confinement ward for prisoners, a dispensary, a laboratory, a morgue, and a kitchen. In 1919, with the aim of further improving service in the hospital. With the addition of this development, the number of patients can be accommodated by the wards is 400 people, the number of official beds. The official opening of the building is scheduled for the 29 May 1941 by His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim Ibn Sultan Abu Bakar. All preparations have been arranged, but its inauguration has been cancelled at the last minute. This building is known as the main building at this time. In 1938, a first-class maternity ward and barracks for junior staff were also built. The ward building is located behind the officer ward facing the Tebrau Strait. Next location is Dataran Bandaraya. Dataran Bandaraya Johor Bahru or Johor Bahru City Square is a landmark in Johor Bahru. The city square is built in 1993, opened on 1 January 1994 to commemorate the declaration of Johor Bahru as full-fledged city. The city square is composed of a magnified clock tower that carefully sits on the green open lawns filled by the fountains on its side. Annual events and performances are often held here. As this is the main square in town, Dataran Bandaraya is also a popular place for evening strolls while watching the sunset by the Tebrau beach. Activities we can do here is this square is often used for official events as well as sports competition. At night, the area turns into an eatery area. Besides that, on the left there is also the Abu Bakar Mosque. Masjid Negeri Sultan Abu Bakar, acknowledged as the state mosque of Johor, is a historical building located on Ledang Hill, which also faces trace of Tebrau. It was built in 1892 and completed in 1900 at a construction cost of approximately 4,000 million dollar. Draftman for the plan was Tuan Haji Muhammad bin Haji Arif bin Haji Punak Haji Siwek, while the engineer was Datuk Yahya bin Awaluddin. The mosque was officially opened by the late Sultan Abu Bakar with the accompaniment of 21 Quran shoot and witnessed by the Menteri Besar of Johor at the time, Datuk Jaafar bin Haji Muhammad. The design of Masjid Sultan Abu Bakar was influenced by the architecture of the Victorian era Mughal Indian architecture. The eastern part of the mosque is connected to ablution area that is located at ground level. One unique feature of the colonial mosque is the wall molding. This wall molding is found along the exterior of the mosque. The main function of these are as decoration and also to prevent rainwater from flowing on the surface of the wall and entering the window or openings along the walls. Among the areas where the molding are used are along the walls, including the connection between the wall and the ceiling, based on the columns and parapet wall between the columns, at the capital of the column and the facade of the building, including the arches. Stucco plaster is the material used to make the moldings. The craftsmen usually cut, carve or make groove lines on the masonry walls. Our last place was in Istana Besar building. Istana Besar, also known as Istana Besar, is a royal palace of the Sultan Johor. Formerly, the residence of Sultan Abu Bakar. The main attraction here is Royal Abu Bakar Museum, which houses a collection of royal heirlooms and artifacts. The stunning architecture of the Istana Besar influenced by Anglo-Malay architectural style and provides stunning view of the Strait of Johor. The Abu Bakar Royal Museum is a living memory of the royal family who lived in the palace and houses a large collection of interesting artifacts. Completed in 1866 for Sultan Abu Bakar of Johor, the Istana Besar was built to function as the official residence of the Malay state government. However, the Sultan did not make the palace his permanent home, instead preferring to spend time on the bidadari farms in Singapore. However, no expenditure is attempted in the construction and equipment of luxury palace located near the sea front in the city of Johor Bahru. Special European-style furniture and decoration were imported from London to fill the various halls and rooms in the palace. After the Sultan's death, the palace was used from time to time as a residence by the Sultan's wife and his successor Sultan Ibrahim. Today, the palace is used mainly for official function, while part of the palace has been converted into the Abu Bakar Royal Museum, showcasing various artifacts belonging to the royal family. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot more information you can get here, but one thing for us to remember: history cannot be forgotten and must continue to be passed on the future generation so that they will not forget contributions and sacrifice to those who sacrifice for our country. Last word for me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit information about Johor Bahru.